Good evening, Poole. Just closing up for the evening. You're out at a strange hour. Took the day off.
Hardly, Dr. Lanyon. I've been from one side of New Kent to the alleys of Blackfriars.
Blackfriars? What in heaven's name for?
For this, I trust.
A parcel? What kind of godforsaken emergency is that for?
God-forsaken indeed, Dr. Lanyon. It took the better part of the day just to find Baynard's apothecary.
Oh, I'm familiar with Baynard's shop. Only those who know his supply or suffer a dire need would venture into that abysmal back alley.
One would suppose both, I think, by the insistence of your friend and my employer.
Dr. Jekyll?
Yes, I am reluctant to say.
Henry instructed you to do what at Baynard's?
To acquire this and no other.
Preposterous. Henry Jekyll is well aware of the need to use services of other reputable chemists. Uniformity and safety of substitution are not Baynard's bailiwick.
Nonetheless, I had my instructions, and I followed them to the letter, sir.
A queer request.
Queer behavior. But I had my orders, and I followed each to the letter. Unseemly or not, he is still Dr. Henry Jekyll of Pinford Street.
Well, Henry always has his reasons, but still, that chemist...
No?
Did you not know what Henry was after?
No, not by the writing on the request. I'm afraid my Latin went the way of my youth.
But you did not think to ask?
None of my business as to what my employer chooses to purchase.
No, of course it isn't.
Even so, with my master's strangeness of late, I have stopped asking questions altogether. A response might call into question my own sanity.
Sanity indeed. I have seen little or no sight of my old friend Henry of late, and wonder if I shouldn't be concerned with his health.
I too.
Would you mind if I took a look at what you have been so furiously worried about?
Being Dr. Jekyll's associate, I see no breach of confidentiality in doing so.
Good God! You do not mean that Henry sent you to the ends of London for this hellish stuff?
Is it not what...
Let me see Henry's note. Quickly, man. It is in his handwriting, Poole. Did Dr. Jekyll offer any indication this was for one of his patients?
I doubt it, sir. Dr. Jekyll has not attended to a single patient in over a month.
You don't think this was for him? How long has he been using this stuff?
I don't rightly know, Dr. Lanyon. By the chemist's inference, Dr. Jekyll has had a standing order for a long time. Many months by the sound of things. Is it dangerous?
Deadly so, Poole. And doubly if used on a man of the likes of our dear friend.
Does it kill or cure?
I am totally unaware of any curative benefits this frightful compound offers. Only destruction.
I dare not think it. But could that substance be what has gripped Dr. Jekyll?
If our friend the doctor has used any derivative of that heinous compound, then Poole, you and I should pray for your master's quick death.
I thought I dismissed your last patient an hour ago, Dr. Lanyon.
Helena, do you still have a spare set of keys for the doors?
I believe Dr. Jekyll keeps them in the break room.
Would you mind please getting them?
Not at all. Here they are, sir.
How did you get in here?
Henry, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm staining a set of slides on iron celly.
That's not what I am talking about.
Is this one of your schoolboy riddles? Now is not the time, Lanyon.
It isn't.
Then I have no idea what you're driving at. Can we talk about this later?
I know about Poole being sent into Blackfriars.
I didn't send him.
I just found Poole coming through the door with this.
Oh, be careful with that, you idiot. Give it to me.
Not until you tell me exactly what's in it.
Just a harmless compound of chlorinated salts.
I doubt that, Henry. Only dangerous articles come from Baynard's. If you won't tell me what's in that envelope, then you leave me with no choice but to empty it down the exhaust.
Oh, hand it over! You don't know what you're involving yourself with, Dr. Lanyon.
So be it.
Hand it over! Oh, I beg of you, stop, please. Oh, for the love of our friendship.
What is all this about, Henry? Opium?
Oh, something far, far worse. You wouldn't be shocked if I confessed to you it's no secret that I've been isolating myself from my patients, even to the extent of my friends, like Enfield and Utterson.
No, not at all. I am glad to hear it from your own lips.
For almost a year.
I have immersed myself in a profound study, coming to a discovery of massive proportions. 20-hour workdays and strife have brought me to the brink of capitulating man forward 500 years!
You have been reading too much H.G. Wells.
Oh, make jokes, Lanyon. But you will be the first to know my truth.
Truth?
What you hold in your hand is not fiction of science. It's evolution.
Ridiculous. Charles Darwin up a syringe?
Well, of a sort.
Man is, at his core, two creatures. A wild man, an animal who possesses at best a thin veneer of decency and enlightenment. This evil creature wages war, lies, steals, kills his brother for what his brother has and he has not. Rarely for any other rationale than it is what he is.
You give more credit than is deserved.
But then there is the other side.
The noble being capable of building societies, of loving, creating art and the spoken word, and above all else, infinite gestures of compassion. What if these components, good and evil, could be distilled down into two distinct fractions?
Man is not a mathematical formula, Henry.
He is!
Then who is to say which is the least common denominator?
Well, I intend to split man and rid him of this duality. Once done, the portion that you and I and civilization and organized religion to boot call wickedness, it can be set aside, disposed of, never to be heard from again.
I am afraid that is all too much to believe, coming even from you. Man is a singular animal, and cannot be divided, body or soul. He can no more be rid of his dark half than the moon can spin backwards.
It is possible. I have seen the results with my own eyes.
You've what?
Oh, a half-dozen instances. Oh, temporary and brief, but verifiable with the scientific method.
Where?
Here, in my notes.
Let me see them.
No! Not until I can replicate the trial. Just one more time.
What kind of madness are you sputtering? It's over. I'm destroying this parcel now.
No! Stop. Okay. You want proof? Give it here! I'll give you precious empirical proof.